for the guide, we're gonna just start with straight up just going into a custom game. I'm doing this with a stream as well, so it might be a bit shitty. On a Hanamura, first map. We go to, of course, the heroes, right? Hanamura, first point, of course. I would, we're just gonna start with tanks, and then we go DPS, and then supports, of course. And yeah, that's just, I would put Reinhardt on A, right? Because, for example, as it is right now, we are basically, I think, Hawk Zarya most of the times, right? At least in Masters, you have Hawk Zarya. But I've also heard that double shield, Torbjorn and Hanzo is a thing, but that might be just GM things. And currently I'm only playing in Masters, so I can't talk about that one. I can talk what was. So that was Hawk Zarya, right? So we put Ryan, of course, in the A tier, because he's still a good character, right? Like, you can still play him on the first choke point. Let me just go inside the map first. Zarya, I give it, of course, an S, dude. Because, like, Zarya Hawk, still a thing, right? Again, with the Hawk, I could give him S, right? Or, like, a good character to play on this map. But I would probably go for A. Because, like, it depends if the Hawk is good or not, right? Of course, you can say the same thing to Zarya, but it's easier to fuck up as Hawk Zarya when your Hawk doesn't know what he has to do, right? So you're gonna lose a lot of space if the Hawk is kind of shit, right? Then we go to Sigma or Orisa. I would give them both C-ish. I mean, it depends if you're like super good on Sigma or, well, okay, Orisa. Orisa is not a good one in my opinion. Winston and Diva, you can do it, but this map is usually not good for them. I mean, okay, it depends in a way, right? Like if the enemy has a, for example, second point. I don't have a lot of speed here, but like, let's say, look, there's second point, right? Let's say there's second point, and you, for some reason, you're unable to walk up here, right? So then you could technically run dive and basically run down here with Diva and Winston and jump onto them if you want. But other than that, dive is not really a good opinion, at least tank-wise, on this map. Right? So with that, we move to the DPS. You can technically pretty good, like you can run Junkrat pretty good on this map, so I give him an A, at least on the first point, right? So what you want to do with Junkrat on the, listen, on the first map, you can, let me hide that. On the first map, you can play Junkrat over here basically and jump on this window, right? I don't know if I'm gonna do it with Tracer. You can jump on this window basically and spam down, or you can like sit here and just spam this corner, and usually it hits a lot of people, or you spam here. Like Junkrat first point is pretty good, or okay-ish, right? Like you can do it. It's pretty good. Then moving on, Soldier, in my opinion, he's pretty good right now in ranked, because it's kind of easy to play him. So yeah, with Soldier, you just sit in the background and you just spam them. Easy as that, right? On Hanamura. Torbjorn, in my opinion, only works on defense, of course. I would give him, it depends again on the enemy team, right? Like if the enemy team, for example, if you play Torbjorn here in this map, right, you want to place your turret, for example, over here, so it's a bit harder to hit, and then spams down here, right? Should be easy, like, to place a turret. And then you just spam. But again, it depends what the enemies have, right? If the enemies run a Genji or anything divey, Genji, Tracer, maybe even Echo, or Doomfist, you just throw in the Torbjorn. And for example, if they throw something else at you, like a Hanzo or a Widowmaker, or anything that snipes, you don't want to go Torp, really. So that's why he has a B. Reaper, I would also place on a B. It just depends what the enemies have. McCree, I place him on A because the health buff is pretty good, and he's also pretty good. Depends, of course, how your aim is. Doomfist, he can work, but it's kind of hard to pull it off, at least on the first point and even on the second point. On defense, you can play him, but I'm thinking he might be a C as well, because like you need to be good at Doomfist. Otherwise, you're just gonna feed a lot, right? Tracer, I put her on S. She's pretty much a powerhouse, dude. Like, you can heal yourself, it's crazy, and whatnot, it's crazy, right? So Tracer's pretty good on both sides. Like, depends if you want to play Tracer here on defense. Like, what you want to do is like you want to hide. For example, here. But since a lot of Tracers did that, and people are expecting you to hide over here, you can like hide somewhere else. But you just want to hide behind them for the first, like before the game started, and you can like spam them down, or maybe even get a support pick from here, and then you just dash back to safety. So that should be a good thing, right? Genji I would put on B as well, cause like he's not pretty good. Only thing that Genji can do is basically Nano Blade. So you need an Ana for that, and you don't always have an Ana. If you have an Ana, Genji can be good. If you don't, Genji's kind of a weird champion. Mei can be good on the first push. You have to time your wall and you have to talk to your team. But I put her on B because like on the second point she's not gonna do quite a lot. Well, same goes to Junkrat actually. On the second point he can't do a lot. It depends if your defense and let's say, okay, wait, 1 second. Let's first talk about the main one and then about the Junkrat second point, right? So with Mei, let's say you're in attack, right? You're here in attack, and then let's say enemies have Reinhardt and Zarya, right? Reinhardt is standing here like shielding and shit. Zarya is like spamming. You can like tell your team to walk inside here, and then you wall like this, right? And then you can walk in, and you can basically walk high ground with your team. And from here you have high ground, and if you have like a soldier or something like that, that can do damage, right? And to the Junkrat, can play him on the second point over here, right? And you can like spam down here, or you can spam this corner, and that should do quite a lot. But it depends again, if the enemies have snipers, and the snipers usually play here, then they can fuck you up. Depends. Junkrat is kind of a depends as well, in a way. But he's pretty good on this map. Widow and Hanzo, I would put both on S. They're just good characters if you can play them. Not much to talk. Like, you basically sit on the high ground and try to get as much damage out as you can. Of course, a Widow, you try to get as much picks as you can. Easy as that, right? Haha, forehead. Ashe is a B, because, I mean an A, because she is good alone as well. But you really need a Mercy in order to do something with her. Or not something, but like in order to one-shot headshot, you need a Mercy pocket. If you don't have a Mercy pocket, you're kind of like a McCree, basically. Pharah, same again, dude. You need a Mercy pocket, otherwise you're kind of like you're kind of like a flying stick, right? Like, you're gonna get shot regardless. With the Echo, I would put her on B actually, because she also needs a Mercy as well. To be honest, I haven't seen any super good Echoes. It was rather easy to kill them most of the times, because like Echoes tend to feed a lot. In my opinion, Echo is good, but like not super good, but like she's good, right? So I put her on B. Symmetra, it's a cheesy pick. I put it on C. Like, what you can do with Symmetra on this, on first point at least, and even on second point a little bit, you can like place a TP here. If you have trouble going through the choke, right, that's what you can do. You can place a TP here and then TP straight to the point if you want to. But it's more of a cheesy pick, to be honest, because like, well, people don't expect that shit, right? And then on the second point, if you want to place them, you can like TP from here up to here, and then you have the high ground and you can spam them. Or you can TP from here, like from here to here, and then jump down on the point. But other than that, Symmetra's really cheesy, and sometimes your team is gonna flame you if you pick her, so I wouldn't say that it's too good. If you play on higher ranks, Sombra is really good right now. If you play on higher ranks, like, people tend to play ball a lot, or heroes that depend on abilities, and if you want to be a fun police, well, go for Sombra and fuck them, and they're not gonna have a good time, because they're hacked the entire time, and they can't play the game. So it's, yeah, that's Sombra for you in a nutshell, dude. You just try to hack as much people and call out your team, hey, I hacked this and this, you know. Bastion for the last DPS, I think, yeah. Yeah, for the last DPS. Oh, I forgot Hammond. 1 second, dude. I just forgot Hammond. Hammond, I put him on S as well. If you're good with him, he can do quite a lot. As much as I hate to say it, because, like, I hate Hammond, but like, if you're super good with him, you can boo people off the first point, you can contest for long, and you can basically just deal with snipers as well. He's crazy. And with Bastion, of course. With Bastion, it's just a cheesy pick as well. So I put him on C. Actually, No, I would put Doomfist on B actually, because like he's not that of a cheesy pick, but Sigma and Orisa, they're kind of like super non-meta now, right? So those are the super non-metas, and those are just bad on the map basically, right? Like Winston and Diva, they're just not good on this map. You can do it, but they're not good on this map. So Brig, I would put her on C as well. She's like, if let's say your enemy team runs the dive, right? With Winston, Diva, Tracer, and maybe Genji, right? And for some odd reason, you're fucking up against them, right? Then you can pull out the Brig and kill them. Or defend yourself as healer. But other than that, Brig is not going to be that good of a pick, at least in my opinion. So going for Baptiste, I would also put him on a C, just because he's really not meta right now. He's more of a character that sits around with Orisa and, for example, Sigma. He's more of a stationary character, right? And we are more like this meta right now, at least with the Hawk Zarya, is more of a you don't have a shield, you have to move around meta, right? Like you can be fucked if you stand still for too long. I would put Zen on a B because like Zen is nice to have, right? But it's not really a must-have, right? Now going on for the healers, Ana of course is an S dude. Same goes to Mercy. They're just really good healers right now. And like for example, if the meta is Zarya and Hawk, you just nade the Hawk as Ana, and you can kill the Hawk, right? That's the meta basically right now. Like Hawk has a lot of damage reduction with the self-heal, so you just nade him and he can't self-heal anymore. That's crazy. Moira I would put on an A. She's still a good healer, but I personally don't think that she can heal everybody, right? Like with Moira, you basically are just gonna heal your tanks. You can't heal your DPS, like your flanker DPSs, you can't heal them. Of course, with Mercy, you also can't, kind of, but like, if, for example, the flankers of Pharah, you can heal it with Mercy, while with Moira, you can't. Lucio is more of a B as well. Lucio can be a good pick, depending on your comp, and Lucio could work super good with Rein Zarya. If you run Rein Zarya, you want to have a Lucio. And maybe even a DPS Reaper if you want to, if the enemies are tanky. Because then you basically are just a force. You're just gonna run over them. But that's it for. It's gonna be it for the video. I'm gonna do it in parts. But yeah, if you made it to this, dude, thanks for watching. If you want to catch up some streams, I do stream only during the week. Yeah, the times are all over the place. So you can join the Discord as well if you want to. I'm gonna put both in the description, my Discord and my stream, if you have questions or something like that. Or if you just want to watch a Pepega. I mean, I don't know, I'm Masters right now at the point, but I'm still kind of rusty, right? Like, I could be Gem already, I don't know, dude. Anyways, thanks for watching, yeah? Have a good one.